Britain's favorite curry was allegedly born on a wet night in Glasgow. Not Delhi, not Punjab. It started with a complaint late at night. A tired bus driver sending dinner back. And a tin of soup that had no business being anywhere near a professional kitchen. The chef reached for it anyway. What happened in the 60 seconds after that became a legend. But here's the real twist. That can isn't the mystery. The mystery is this dish might have been invented years before that night ever happened. Here's who was actually behind that can. Ali Ahmed Aslam, a young Pakistani immigrant running a tiny curry restaurant. That soup wasn't kitchen stock. It was his own, for a nagging stomach ulcer, never meant for a customer's plate. Something changed his mind that night. It worked, immediately. But here's the part that doesn't add up. A cookbook surfaced, published years before Aslam ever opened his doors, with a recipe almost exactly the same. So did he actually invent it? Or just get the credit? To understand why that Glasgow night is so famous, and why it might be wrong, we have to look at the man behind the stove. Ali Ahmed Aslam arrived in Scotland as a boy from Pakistan. Glasgow had barely tasted spice back then. Most people had never eaten chili in their life. But by 19, Aslam was already running his own restaurant, the Shish Mahal. Every day, he watched customers order the same safe dishes. It was late 1972, almost 11 at night. A bus driver sent his chicken tikka back. Too dry, he said. Bring me a proper sauce. Aslam didn't reach for a traditional gravy. He reached for the can by the stove. His own tin of tomato soup, bought for his ulcer, not for his guests. He whisked it together with cream and spices. He poured it over the grilled chicken. He wasn't inventing anything. He was just trying to save a Tuesday night. But the driver cleaned his plate. He came back the next week and the week after that. Regulars stopped ordering chicken tikka. They started asking for that sauce. Aslam gave it a name, Chicken Tikka Masala. It was a perfect origin story. But as we'll see later, the paper trail tells a different one. First, the rise. Through the 70s and 80s, curry houses spread across every British high street. This one dish, mild, creamy, endlessly comforting, became the order everyone could agree on. By 2001, it was official. Britain's foreign secretary stood up in Parliament and called Chicken Tikka Masala the true national dish. A curry, invented by an immigrant using American soup, now stood for what it meant to be British. That's when I realized this was never really about the recipe. It's about who gets to belong. Within a decade, the dish outsold fish and chips. It showed up in pubs, airports, hospital cafeterias, anywhere the British ate. It crossed the Atlantic, it reached Australia, the Gulf, even parts of India, where some cooks now serve it as if it always belonged there. Now, back to that paper trail. In 2009, Glasgow tried to make it official. A campaign to legally protect chicken tikka masala as a Scottish invention, the same way champagne is protected as French. It failed. Here's why. Food historians dug up a cookbook from 1961. That's over a decade before that night at the Shish Mahal. Inside was a recipe almost identical to Aslam's. Tomato, cream, tandoori spice, on chicken. Other historians pointed even further back, to Bangladeshi chefs quietly perfecting similar sauces in London kitchens years earlier. I kept expecting one claim to simply win, a clean answer. Instead, the more I looked, the more the debate seemed to miss the point. Aslam himself never dressed it up as some grand breakthrough. In later interviews, he just remembered being tired, improvising, and a customer walking away happy. When he died in 2022, obituaries around the world called him the inventor of Britain's favorite meal. And in the very same breath, they quietly admitted nobody could actually prove it. Maybe that's the real twist. This dish was never really about one genius moment in one kitchen. It's about thousands of cooks like Aslam, arriving from Punjab, from Bangladesh, from Pakistan, adjusting their grandmother's recipes one customer complaint at a time, until something entirely new came out on the other side. Chicken Tikka Masala isn't quite Indian. It isn't quite British either. It's what happens when two cuisines, two cultures, and one ordinary bad night collide by accident. The secret ingredient was never the soup. It was the quiet improvising. Follow the history, not just the recipe. More dishes are waiting.